My mind is always like, order. All right, I gotta get that out. All right. All right. So my love for running began when I was a kid. I grew up in New York City. I was born in Brooklyn, and my neighborhood had a foot race, an annual foot race. And I was small, so I surprised myself and others when I won this race, and that's when I, realized my gift and love for running. It's freedom. Running is freedom. My parents immigrated from Haiti. I learned Creole is the language from Haiti from my grandma. She was my caregiver when I was a kid, when they went to work and we didn't have, daycare or anything. My grandma watched me, and if you needed to eat or wanted to get anything, you had to speak the language. So trial by fire, that's right. So pre-COVID, the best thing for me socializing with colleagues was running. As I mentioned, I love running, so we would get together and run during lunch. And now, coping with COVID, I don't get a chance to run with them, but we still keep track of each other. We have an app, and we just keep track of our miles. So sometimes we'll send each other messages and say, hey, I'm going out for a 5-mile run, and sometimes we'll try to one-up each other and go for an extra mile or run the same mileage faster. I like finance, but I had a deep love for the law. And I was fortunate to meet one of my mentors, who's my mentor today. He was a Black attorney at T. Rowe Price, and it was because of him that I went to law school. What brought me back to T. Rowe Price was actually keeping in touch with the employees here. They took an interest. T. Rowe Price invested in me. Even though I went to school in another state, T. Rowe Price definitely kept in touch. They brought me back as an intern when I was in law school. So coming back to T. Rowe Price was always a goal of mine. The firm was very supportive because I have a little one, and daycare was closed during COVID. They allowed employees really to work when they can. So I personally would begin my work day at 6 in the morning. I'd work from 6 to 9. I'd watch my little one for a couple hours, log back in during lunch, watch my little one for a couple more hours, and then log back in later in the evening. So having the ability to be flexible throughout the day was a game changer for me.